Hello there, everybody. This is Fearmy Games with the next part of our Clan Angrund campaign. Last time we fought off a bunch of rebellions in our province. Well, I say bunch, it was more like two, but you know, like two can be a bunch, right? After wiping them out, we moved our army northwards and ended off with our main army camped over in Ziflin, with the plan to make war on these filthy undead beings. Though there is admittedly one weakness of our idea. There is a lot of undead. It's the main weakness of our entire war stratagem. But there is one way we can guarantee this isn't going to be as hard as it could be. We're going to use this army to besiege the settlement. Meanwhile, while that one is besieging the settlement, we will attack the army that is stationed outside of the city, thus separating it off from its friends. And it looks like they ran away super far, actually. That's very far away that they're able to run. And now with them gone, it is now our army versus their army. So I'm going to get this guy to unsiege. No, not you. Where's the other guy? No, you. Break off siege. No, don't run it off. Oh, you little wimp. Now we can attack the Black Post. And now we have our chance of victory. Let me quick save in case it crashes, and then we will attack. As you can see, through superior strategy, we turn this from a one army versus two armies and a garrison to just one army versus one army and a garrison. I say that is a marked improvement over our initial situation. I don't know about you. I think it's an improvement. So we will have to be kind of careful about how far the range of the towers will be, because those will be the big problems. But what we'll do is we'll have our grudge throwers target down the towers that are the main threat. Once those are removed, we will focus on their other units. One thing we can try to do is we can try hugging the wall. Not the wall. I can hug the edge with our units if we want to, and then have like our main guys kind of like do stuff. For example, basically what we could do is to try and limit the effectiveness of the towers. Is we do something like this, have our guys in a super thin line, as thin as we can. Then we move it over. There you go. I don't know why it's not being as like wanting to do what I want as you know, it's not doing what I want. Fuck you. Nobody's just line them up here and makes it so they're less likely to be attacked. Or less able to. I don't know if they can actually be attacked here, which is one reason I'm like, oh, maybe I should be kind of careful at having them grouped together, because what if there's a juicy shot and just wipes out 2 units or something like that? That would be unfortunate. By doing this, though, it means that... Yep. That they do not receive as much damage. That means they're less likely to be hit, and I can have my grudge throwers out here. Right here, firing at the towers. I do want to be kind. How can I squeeze them at all? What we can do is we'll do 2 and 2. Yeah, so like this, and then like this. There. With this guy here. Then we'll have like these guys kind of scheduled, like thrown around here, and what we'll do is we'll have these guys try and draw the fire from the towers instead of our main units. Apparently the towers aren't as long range with the mod I'm using as they are in the base game. That's convenient. Yeah, let's do it like that. So we'll just take out the tower. And then I didn't even need to do that, like that thing against the wall. I should have just attacked. Apparently. Attack the Urks. Yeah, we'll just take out those towers. That way they can't. Once these two are dead, I will start moving up my units. And then I'll focus on this tower as the last one. Why are those units not moving anymore? There we go. One more to go. And meanwhile, I'll start sending up my melee units up. Come on, men, attack the Urks.
Start climbing. For the ancestor gods.
There we go. Okay, so we're going up the walls now. So now with all the towers dead, I'm just letting my catapults kind of like, my gun throwers just fire at whoever they feel like is a big threat. Graveyards are quite strong, so I might just have them focused on the grave guard. Oh, and they're already hitting them. Yeah, look at that! Look at that damage. I have to be careful about the damage to the walls, though. If, you know, I destroy the walls and my guys are standing on it, then that'd be a bit of its own problem, really. Yeah, we're now ascending the walls. My guys have taken some damage while they're making their way up. I'm surprised. That's a lot of damage. I would like to attack those Cairn Wraiths if I can. But the Skeleton Warriors are a bit easier to fire at. Maybe if I get, like, this one... What's your range? Can you fire? Yes, you can. Okay. Maybe I'll get this one to fire at that Cairn Wraith unit. It'll just weaken them as much as I can. Boom, boom. I'm just having my ranged units start fire, just like pepper the walls with arrows. These guys are all looked to be normal Graveguard, so not Graveguard with great weapons, so they should be pretty resistant to my missile attacks, but that does not make them immune to my general screwing them over and murdering them all, you know? Itchy. Looks like they do have some Cairn Wraiths up on the walls, and some Crypt Ghouls. Meanwhile, these guys have successfully ascended the wall, so we'll just send them over here to assist with our problems. They probably are like, they're gonna try and take stuff. I'm like, no, oh, I did not mean to send this guy up when I did. Oh well. I am breakers indeed. Yeah, our Corlers are doing a pretty good job peppering the enemy. I think they're the reason why the graveyard's so weak right now. And they are weak binding. They're not even crumbling yet, so... Oh, apparently these guys decided that the walls are not needed. I got some respect for you, buckaroos. I just hope you don't die. I'm gonna send some guys to assist them. We will bleed for the clan. Yes, yes. Oh, I should also turn on defend mode because that could be a problem. Well, apparently some. Oh, never mind. It is indeed a reckoning. Vengeance is my. Oh, my iron breakers are throwing their blasting charges now. Now that was a nice amount of damage. apparently some steam is being fired up too. And these guys are doing a good job holding, but they are definitely surrounded. This Rune Lord is the one I'm actually the most concerned about because he's a very weak unit. The other ones are pretty strong in their own right, but the general himself is not that strong. These guys are doing a good job of blasting away their enemies. Unfortunately, their number of assistance is not going to be all that great quite yet. I am a bit concerned that some of the assistance from the archers are a bit more punishing. Oh, the grudge throwers. I need to stop them from firing. They're starting to fire up on the walls. That's not what I want them to do. Do one quick barrage on that unit. That should be fine. Yeah, the walls are about to be ours, though. The last remaining units up here are being dealt with. This guy is being swarmed a bit, but, you know, there's already people... he's already taken a nice amount of damage from ranged units. These guys down here are holding. These guys up here... These guys are my more elite troops, so these guys should be fine. They should, I think, all have magical attacks, right? No, they do not all have magical attacks. Only one of them does. As I say, they have magical attacks and they're good against the Cairn race, but the Cairn race are going to be pretty strong against them then. I can see this minor unit's almost destroyed at this point. The Cairn rates are kind of chunking through them. This guy's not chunking through the grave guards as well as I would like him to be. So he's kind of just stuck here wailing on them as they're basically none left. These guys, however, are doing just fine. Our runesmith's getting kind of battered, but he doesn't really have a lot of armor, so armor piercing doesn't really matter when he doesn't really even have armor to start with. You know? He's kind of, you know, dead. However, his ammunition, I would actually like them to fire at these guys if possible, because these guys are the bigger threat right now. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our fancy miner unit, but we'll just replace them with a better unit. That isn't a miner. Now they're almost dead. That one is crumbling, and the other one is critical binding. So I'll just finish this one off real quick. That guy's doing fine. This runesmith is getting very much hurt. The reinforcements that I have down here aren't really able to get to them fast enough in there. I think this guy's going to get wounded. I could try and run him up if I wanted to. This general, though, I actually want him to run away because he doesn't come back while these guys come back if they end up dying. Use this on yourself and it'll make you stronger. Yeah, help out that engineer. Him falling back will mean that the Thanes can start taking the brunt of the damage, and the Thanes are stronger than he is by a long shot. Alright. These guys should be broken any moment now. These guys, I'm surprised, are still holding. There's only 4 of them left. They got, I guess, a lot of the... what's up? I'm going to get my dwarf force to try and prioritize the Cairn race if possible. All my range units are out of ammunition. Down here, the fight rages on, but I think we're slowly winning here. This runesmith's gonna go down, but he'll be back in a few turns, and I'll just add him back to the army at that point. But he's doing what I need him to do, taking the brunt of the damage for my more corporeal forces. Dude, help him! There's some of them are within melee range. Maybe if I move him here, he'll actually start wailing on the bats. Dude, they're right next to you. Why are you being such a balaka? No, I don't really know what to say to that guy. My general's slowly chunking through. Looks like, though, there's some can rates are on this side now. What the? That's a bit weird. Why do I have a unit of grudge throwers right there? What the hell? Just what the hell? Why do I have grudge throwers right against the wall? Critical biting. Yep. They killed my poor engineer. And slowly but surely, these guys are chunking through the units down here. Okay, General should win that fight as well. These guys should win, especially if the dwarf warriors are not too damaged, because they do flamey attacks, which I wonder if they counts as like counts as like magical damage. I'm not really sure, but they should win this battle. It might take them a while. They will win it. They're the no magical melee attacks, right? Yeah, you just are good at close quarters combat. Not too much of a point. This guy is literally getting abused because fucking bullshit. That's literally why he's dying right now. Like, these bats are getting way more effect than they actually should be getting because he couldn't attack them for, like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why he wasn't allowed to attack, but he wasn't allowed to attack, so he just got obliterated. That's just what happened. Why aren't you guys attacking when I literally ordered you to attack and you guys aren't attacking? Come on. Like, even if you're out of range, just move up. So this one actually is healing, like, might be healing the troops, is probably why they're doing so well.
Axes out!
Yeah, you can do it, boys! Axes out! Finish them! Why aren't you doing what I'm telling you to? Come on, stop being lazy. You damn dwarfs.
Vengeance calls!
Yeah, these Fellbats, though, I should die now because they're actually facing a unit that's more effective at killing them than the other guys were. My lord, the Rune Lord died. That's bad. Yeah. Not too. I wanted to try and save him, but unfortunately, just due to some weird interactions, they just ended up dying on me, which is sad. But on the bright side, we've successfully won the ground war on the battle. Now we can attack that mortis engine that's right against the wall. There's also apparently a corpse cart. Basically increases their melee attack and melee defense. I should have activated these abilities a little earlier. Now we should be able to take out that mortis engine. My grudge throwers actually have done a respectable amount of damage to that mortis engine. Might even be able to kill it before they run out of ammunition if this keeps up. Ooh, that was a good connection. That was solid. Yeah, finish them, boys. Finish them. Now, those can rates are about to crumble. My general successfully fought through 2 units of Cairn Wraiths, a Fellbat unit, and basically he's being all around a boss. Meanwhile, our range units are trying to deal with this. I think it's their lord, or at least it's a wizard. If not, yeah, it's not their lord. The lord's over here. Nicholas von Karstein. It's actually the mortis engine is actually taking evasive maneuvers right now. It's like, evasive maneuvers, we're gonna be killed. It looks like there's the corpse cart and the mortis engine are fighting, but the mortis engine is kind of just getting obliterated by the 2 Thanes and their units to helping them out. And the corpse cart will probably take and go along the same route. One of my units has used all of its ammunition. Not too surprising. This has been a long battle. Rage fall, rage fast. I almost killed that unit. There's actually apparently another unit of clan wraiths. Alright, my general, defeat those Cairn wraiths. And now the enemy general is here. I'll have my Thanes focus the enemy general because they're pretty good at that kind of thing. You know, the Mortis engine should be finished. It should be dead now. It has 0 health. I'm surprised it isn't gone yet. There we go. It kind of exploded. That Mortis engine is about to die to these guys. Long be the Iron Breakers and the Wolf Warriors are finished though. They're taking some damage from the effects that causes damage, and also it causes damage to them just by existing too close to it. So these guys are going to take a lot of damage, but we should win this in the end. Where's my, not you, where's my, ranger dudes? You, might as well help out in the melee, right? This is a reckoning indeed. I agree with you, it is a reckoning. So the corpse cart's still alive, but the Mortis engine is about to die. It looks like it's going to take my melee units out with it, though. Which will be unfortunate to replace them, but it will admittedly save me money. So... yeah, that corpse guard's very low on HP right now. Yeah, I have the Cairn Wraiths surrounded. My Dwarf Warriors, I'm using this one to keep up their vigor, so that way they don't get that, you know, they're exhausted, but it's going to make them, you know, less exhausted, right? Yeah, it turns them from exhausted to vigor, so I think that by definition makes it valuable. Yeah, now this guy's getting swamped by 2 Thanes. Meanwhile, my general's doing a great job just killing shit for me. Apparently there's actually another Mortis engine, and the other one's, this one's trying to run away. Apparently it's drained. I don't really know what drain means, actually. Oh, there's yet another unit of Cairn Wraiths apparently still left in the battle. Damn. Swarm it! Swarm it! Kill it dead! Yeah, that unit's crumbling. Yeah, that one, I just flanking charge that one, and then I'm going to start, I'm going to charge from behind here, too. Oh, these guys are going to, these Coilers are going to die. I want them to run away now. I don't want them to just die for no reason. They're not really making much of an impact on the Mortis engine anyways, so might as well fall back. Yeah, but we have this Cairn Wraith surrounded, so it should die without too much difficulty. They're a high damage, squishy unit. I don't think any of my guys do magic damage except for my Thanes. So my Thanes are going to do a lot of damage to them each hit, but, you know, they're also pretty tired. Ghosts, yeah, apparently ghosts do in fact get tired. Yeah, the Cairn Wraiths are steadily being chunked through, though, as those massive dwarfs are just surrounding them now. Coilers may not be the best in melee, but they're not horrible in melee. So, yeah, you can certainly see these is starting to crumble. And of course, because of the way that the undead work, they will fight until the bitter end. You just die a little faster. Instead of, you know, completely getting wiped out, you know what I mean? And now we have this big, massive dwarf just ready to charge. Grudges, I agree with you. Grudges! Charge the enemy! No mercy! Let me speed this up a bit. So yeah, the two Mortis engines, I guess, do not run away. So now it's basically just because now it's just about a knockdown, drag out kind of fight. Charge! The grudge throwers are firing their last few volleys off.
Let's settle some grudges. Attack the earth.
This one has a little bit of ammunition left. Oh, got some good connections there off of those grudge thrower volleys. Yep, now they're disintegrating. There we go. Finally, we've broken them.
Iron Drakes.
Finish them! There we go. Victory is ours. That was a lot harder of a battle than I was expecting it to go. Those mortis engines did a lot of work for them, I feel. My Quarler's got a lot of kills. My Grudge Thrower's got a decent amount of kills. This thing got over 400 kills. Now that's a boss. Our Longbeard's got a lot of kills. Not Longbeard's. No, my Ironbreaker's got a lot of kills. Unfortunately, like, this guy, I didn't intend to bring this guy into melee, but I kind of selected him when I was just doing my general selection of my heroes and set him in. Which meant that he wasn't as effective as he otherwise could have been, but, you know, he at least drew some attention away, I guess, from my other guys. And my hero just did what he needed to do. He took on the Karen Rains, he took on everything, and he just whacked at them until they disappeared. Though he does need some magical attacks, I admit. That would probably have made the Karen Rains a lot easier to deal with if he also had magical damage. Instead, it was kind of like everyone else was just like blocking for the Thanes, while the Thanes killed the enemy. I thought I gave... Oh, because the unit's dead, that's why. By Eric victory, we'll loot and occupy.
My axe thirsts for war.
What if I don't want to select anybody? Apparently I do got a legendary lord, though. Might as well.
Summon me if you dare.
Not now.
On to glory for the ancestors. Forwards.
Glory for the ancestor gods. So it's this one. What does this do? Bonus recruitment for Dwarf Warriors, Longbeard Slayer, and Minor units. Reduced upkeep for Dwarf Warrior, Longbeard Slayer, and Minor units. In all armies. Nice. That's pretty good. Well, I can build this thing. Should be pretty nice to have. An armory. This is also good for money. I do like money. Let's go for more money. Okay, so now we're going to... This should have a little bit of instability for one turn, and then it should start going positive after that. Now this guy I'm going to have over here. And this guy is going to go through attrition as they lost their only settlement. Alright, let's continue back up this way. Let's do Karak Azkaraz next. And then... So this one is my main general boy. Thunderers. I do like Thunderers. Ghost Throwers. Okay. And then probably after that, we'll probably go for... Where is it? Fire and Fury. No. Well, Grimnizairs is nice, but... a Tactician next, I think, is what I'm going to go for. Because my army is primarily going to be focused on maximizing the effectiveness of my... my range troops. So these guys will take a few turns before they're recruitable, I assume. So we'll be just down on my army for a few turns. On the bright side, this should clear up our northern... We shouldn't have to worry about our northern borders anymore. Because the Empire should be fine. It shouldn't go to war with us. Neither should Britannia. And looks like they tried to attack that Fort Bergbress, and they were destroyed. So now we don't even have to worry about the vampire army coming back. So that means the faction's destroyed. And probably it's probably the final vampire faction left. I do like money, but let's give it to the opposing clans. We want Karakharn to like us so we can bring them into the fold, you know? Into the fold we go, into the fold we go.
Onward. What?
Alright, so yeah, we have 9 turns until we can recruit those guys back into the army. I don't plan on getting that one, but I would love to get the Norm Grimling Ironbreakers if possible. I don't really think the hammers are all that worth it, or the Grumbling Guard. Though I don't really... Let's pin it real quick. What does that do? Oh, the old Grumblers. Bonus Vigor. I do like that. It's pretty good. Immune Psychology. It does encourage, so that's pretty nice. But normal ones can do that too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start heading over here now that I don't have to worry about it. How much is military presence affecting public order? It probably will go negative once this guy leaves, but I think it should start going positive as corruption drops. So I'm going to start just moving out.
Lord of the Angrund, for the wisdom of the layer, what?
Meanwhile, this guy I'm going to send over here.
Let us be
The guys, they got in their way of each other. That's kind of funny. There we go. And then next turn I'll underway over here and continue southwards. Once I get back to an area where I can recruit some nice units, I will start recruiting nice units. So let's go for more money. Wait a second. No, let's do this one. This one's technically more money because it reduced upkeep for quarrelers. And grudge throwers. I have grudge throwers and quarrelers. That sounds great to me. More money for the cause. Blood for the blood god. You know, that kind of thing. Alright, let's see. Who can I recruit? I mean, not recruit. I mean, trade with. That's the word. Yeah, let's trade with you, me.
friends of the Empire. Indeed.
I accept this thing you do. Wait, they didn't offer me trade. They didn't. I didn't even notice that you don't want her. What a bully. At least we have an non-aggression back, which means they won't try and stab me in the back, but that's kind of annoying. I wanted them to trade with me, but they didn't. Alright, so, now that we have that problem stealth, I think I might just end turn. No, let's build this up so I can get a mustering hall for even better units. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, let's enter. But, so, the next thing, honestly, on our agenda should probably dealing with these Skaven here. They will keep growing, and they will become more of a threat. So, but if we take them out now, I won't have to worry about them, and I will have a nice, secure flank on this side. And I'll also be bigger, but I'd also like to be expanding eastward. So it's a bit of a conundrum, if I'm being entirely honest. One hand, Skaven threat. Kill Skaven, remove threat. On the other hand, the goal of the campaign is east of where I am. But, let's see. How far north are these guys pushing? They haven't apparently taken that one yet. That doesn't mean they won't try. I'm going to search the ruins here. Just give this guy some more experience. Yeah, so they're expanding slowly but surely. They don't seem to have taken anything over here yet. Training, assault units. Let's do that. This is one of my Thanes in the main army. You have all of that done. Spread public order probably is good. And you... Specialists. Let's start getting you, that way both of you can kind of do it if I need it. Alright, so we're going to start, we're going to underway travel back here and continue on our way. Yeah, it's starting to go a little bit negative, but as the corruption, next turn it will equalize, and then the turn after that it'll go positive. So I don't need to worry about a rebellion appearing over here, and I'll leave this legendary lord fellow here to hang out. So what does he have? I'm kind of curious. So Fury of the Ancestors. So he has... Ironbreakers, he has that one. That one's good. Though, I think his is different, actually. And Arrows of Gunpowder, Quarrels and Thunder is perfect. So the AI built this kind of how I would build this character. So apparently, though, he has a lot of bonus. This is melee defense and armor. Well, this is offense. That's actually kind of cool in the way they do the upgrades and stuff. Wow, wait, there's so many different upgrades here. Look, this is Ironbreaker's speed, leadership, resistance. That's honestly amazing. This guy's pretty good. This guy's a pretty good hero. Not pretty good hero, but a pretty good lord. So let's see. If I could, can I only pick one? If I can only pick one, I think I would want Gather the Warriors. Probably if I can only pick one of these. Because, well, replenishment's nice, it's not the end world. Trade is nice and money is nice, but it's not like completely faction wide for both of the effects. For all three of the effects. And the Pope Quarter is pretty decent, and I do like the fact that it causes terror. I think this one's going to be the most useful. The army can move around faster, the ore size is a little bit better, has more leadership. The King of Zarak Ziflin, you get bonus hit points, even more campaign movement, bonus armor. I love it. This guy's awesome. And he even gets a fancy hammer. I like fancy hammers. I wish I could play as this guy as a campaign. Like, I would love him. You know, the next time the moment we can make a second army, that guy is being the general of that second army. Hands down. That guy's going to be the leader of our second army. Alright. So what I want to do is I want to save, so for 2 turns to get the gunsmith's weapon. That way I can start getting that way I can start getting thunderers. I won't be able to get organ guns for a while, but, you know, make do what we can get. So it's like 2 turns, but in 2 turns we will start getting thunderers on the way. And probably this army will probably stay quarrelers and grudge throwers, at least for a little while, until like it gets kind of destroyed. Rebuild it bigger and better than ever, type of thing. But for now, and then my next army though, I want to make that one have thunderers instead of quarrelers and have like a bit of a different play. Sure, I'll accept your military alliance with me. Yo, military alliance is one step closer to them confederating with me. Bonus income from trade, so now I'm making a little bit more income. I always appreciate that. Now let's do King's Share for even more money. Let's see. Any money we can get is good money. Now, we can't trade with these guys because we don't have anything next to them. And I can't exactly make war on the Reichland to get that settlement back. And we can't ask them for it, but well, I would like to kill them. I'm tempted, but I, you know, it's not really worth it. Where's the Empire? Empire? Why don't I'm blind apparently, so I don't see the Empire. There it is.
Friends of the Empire.
Trade with me. I have counteroffer your counteroffer. I'll give you military access if you give me trade. Here we go. I'm not against, I mean, there's no real need for them to really travel through my territory as far as I know, but I do have need to travel through their territory, because I think this is part of the Karak and Gezhar. I think here, yes, I will need to travel through their lands anyways to move eastward. So, that's good. So it looks like the Border Princes have took Lucini from Pirates of Sartosa. So look, at the Pirates of Sartosa aren't really doing a whole lot to be a big threat, which is good for me. Let's see, what can I recruit here? I can recruit basically anything I can get over there. So, we'll just keep moving on. When I do get population surplus high enough, I definitely want to make a dwarf hold here if I can, but it'll probably take a good 15 turns or so before I can. Because the next level, I should be able to get iron breakers at that point, but right now I can't do that. But I'll at least be able to get longbeards, which longbeards are an improvement over dwarf warriors, which are an improvement on miners. You know what I mean. you know, different tiers and stuff of that of units. You know, it looks like these guys, they're not being threatened up here quite yet. So, Skaven might not expand immediately. So, at least we know that. We'll keep an eye on the situation. Definitely don't want them getting too strong. She knows. Yeah, they're well nourished now. Everybody's well nourished. Now we can get our gunsmith being built up, and I can also get my stonebread bakery, which will increase growth by a little bit more, but also give me a little bit more food here for my population to not starve themselves, you know? Itchy. Sorry. There we go. We have Karak Ziflin. Alright, let's enter it here. Thankfully, I set up the thing to start walking automatically, because I completely forgot about doing that, if I'm being honest. Completely forgot. Thankfully, I was lazy and just clicked in that direction. I wonder what the situation is over in the deserts. I've noticed that the AI for Karak Asgraz, not Karak Asgraz, the main dwarf faction. Let's just say that. I've noticed that one seems to struggle a little bit more. At least in my other campaign that I'm playing on stream, I've noticed that they lost their main settlement and are fighting quite heavily. So I'm kind of curious, like, what specific change made that happen. And as far as I can tell, there seems to be some difficulty over here, because I know this is where the main dwarf starting settlement is over there. This is new, though. This must be from one of from one of the Wood Elf DLC stuff. Because I don't really know what it is. Okay, can I see the dwarfs? How strong are they? At the top? Yeah, well, apparently I've not encountered the other dwarf faction, so I wouldn't know. Join my confederation! Just because you're stronger than me doesn't mean we're stronger together. I don't even know why their count is stronger than me. I have more settlements than they do. And my army can take on their army. Well, they have a decent army, but my army can beat their army. Hands down. Hands down. Alright, so it'll take us about 2 turns to re-enter our main area. So, can we build anything here? We could start. We can upgrade this one in 3 turns. These 2 are now maxed out. Fortunately, I can't build anything higher than a trading depot in this settlement because of the way things work. I heard there's a mod for making T4 minor settlements, and I might try and investing in that one because there's so many things where it's like, I would like that in my minor settlements, but it only goes up to tier 4, which is a pain in the butt. What is this exclamation? Oh yeah, this is warning me that there's bonus upkeep for anything I recruit. But yeah, I won't worry about recruiting anything yet in this guy's army. Just first main army, and then later on, when I can afford it, second army gets the recruitment stuff. Alright. Hero not moved. I will just have him go back down here and keep an eye out for the Skaven armies. Can I deploy units in this game? I don't think I can. Right? I will end churn here. Grimnir's heirs. Yeah, well, one thing that is nice about us saving up the money by, like, you know, with the units being dead is the fact that Kazakh is still alive apparently because they didn't get a military alliance with the Reichland. What was I going to say? Brain stopped working. Just before I noticed that one though, I am going to move south and I'm going to expand. So I'm going to expand. No, not that way. Not that way. And I'm going to expand south and east. I'm going to cross the ocean here and attack the western Badlands. Let's see. What do I want here? Okay. I probably will need to do some extra nourishment of food stuff here, I imagine. So I might as well make food. A food place here. And then I'll get this built up. Probably do that. That looks good to me. Anything I could build over here? No, everything's maxed out now, as high as it can go. Yep. So now we just need to wait for a few population surpluses before we can expand in this direction. They went from nourishment back to hungry. This is what happens when you guys just keep breeding more than we can handle. Jeez, it's all your fault. Yeah, I'm not seeing any Skaven armies moving about. So it looks like they are currently at an impasse or something like that. I'm surprised at seeing the Bretonnian armies in the woods here. I don't really know what's going on there. Is Bretonnia at war with the Wood Elves? I'd have to check. Well, they are raiding, it looks like. So I think the Bretonnians and the Wood Elves are at war. I don't know who's going to win in that one. You know, the Wood Elves are an archer faction, while the Bretonnians are a cavalry faction. But it looks like someone just clapped that army, or... and I can't see it. Alright, now we get some more income due to the research that we just did. Let's do the next thing to increase our money value. I say we go for let's go for interlocking shields, so that way our melee units have more of a higher defense. And then after that, and I probably go for all the way up to Veteran's Pride. That way my Longbeards, which will be my new melee infantry, will have lower upkeep. And then after that, I'll probably try and go for Retainer's Vows to make my lords and heroes stronger. Because the stronger my army is, the stronger I shall be, kind of a situation. Let's see, hopefully that vacuum's not going to be right next to me. That'd be unfortunate. Yep, there we go. He's parked there. Next turn, we will start recruiting the new army. Here, I'm going to scout over here, see what the situation is. Yeah, I don't see any Skaven, but I can safely say the Skaven has the perfect opportunity to kill people because they're kind of fighting each other. And not really fighting the Skaven. So the Skaven's probably going to get some growth going in because of that. The Veteran's Hammer does not give you magic attacks, apparently. Though actually, you by default have magic attacks because you're a ghost, I guess. Let's see. Cleanse Corruption's nice. Let's do that. Okay. And unfortunately, we cannot recruit anything while in underway mode. So we will just have to wait to do some recruitment until next turn. On the bright side, that will give my heroes plenty of time to rejoin the main army before we go on the offensive. One thing that's nice is that with the pirates' toads are being quite easily handled by the border princes, I do not need to worry about them attacking me. I know there's a balance patch a little while ago that changed the way that the pirate gunnery mobs worked. I wonder if that made them super weak in the campaign map, because I know that in the past, during a period where I didn't really play a whole lot, I heard people complaining about how the vampire count AI was just demolishing a bunch of the AI factions, but I haven't really noticed that happen in my campaigns, so I wonder if there's like a few of the balance patches since then have like made them super weak. Alright, so I love Thunderers, but we're not going to make any, and I think I'm fine with my Grudge Throwers as they are, so let's make some Longbeards. We'll do 3 units of Longbeards because we need 2 spaces for our heroes incoming, and then we need 1 space for our fancy Ironbreaker unit here that's coming in 2 turns. And this one we'll be able to upgrade to the highest level. This guy, yeah, there's no Skaven around here, so I'll just start moving him around. Might as well have him, you know, search the ruins over here, because why not? There we go. Give him some some valuable experience points. I don't plan on embedding this guy in the army anytime soon, so I'm not prioritizing any of those kind of stuff. So now that I've conquered them, what can I build? Can I build any really powerful weapons? I can build the Gatekeeper's Hammer. Frostbite attacks. That sounds nice. But I don't really know what that means. So he permanently lowers the speed of enemies around him. Has better melee defense. I do like better melee defense. So now we also have the Iron Warden's Hammer, which means that so long as they never lose vigor. I really like that. I'm going to get that. Because that, like, having perfect vigor, I mean, they never get tired, which means they're perfectly strong the whole fight. That's perfect. And then I also I'm going to definitely put these on, like, my ghost heroes, I think. I do like the Gatekeeper's Hammer. That seems like a pretty nice one, too. So Elfbane. So what does this do? Self basically makes them a little bit stronger. The Starbreaker seems pretty cool. What's the highest level armor that I can make right now? Assuming I had the Oath Gold to make it. So if I had dyes, where can I get dyes? So if I go to war with Clan Skyer, I can make fancy armor. What does that make? That makes armor, not that makes the Alaric's armor lower speed, but has extra charge defense and sword save, as well as 35 armor. That is pretty impressive. Now, if I want to get golden idols, they're way over in the direction I'm going in. So a bit of a give and take, it looks like, depending on like what I would want. Yeah. Okay. Basically, east for one set, west for the other set. We'll think about it. But I want to go with retake Carrick 8 Peaks. That way we don't have to deal with this whole upkeep problem. Alright, let's end turn here. And we'll probably end it in just this episode in just a moment. We're just getting things nice and organized. And I'll probably do one little section off stream. Like, I might do like a turn or 2 off stream just to, that way for the next part, I say off stream, off video. That way we can be ready to move out the moment I start the video. That way we can start off strong rather than be like, okay, we're going to do a turn of downtime. Then things happen. Scourge of Aquitaine. I can do tribute for bonus public order. I can anger the gods in a poor public order. Let's do a tribute. We have a lot of gold just sitting here because we don't need anything to make right now. We don't have anything we need to make. One more turn until these guys are able to merge with the army. Actually, that guy's going to be able to make it because he's very mobile for a dwarf. So that army doesn't seem to be there anymore. Did it move somewhere? No, that I can see at least. Yeah, the bright side, next turn, we'll move east through the border princes because we do have military access with them, if I am not mistaken. I believe they're also near the bottom. Yeah, we have non-aggression pact. Wait, do we also have military access? We do not have military access. Why don't you like me more? Give me military access, or else I will kill you. Let me see. So these guys, do I have military access with the Karakanern? I think yeah, I do get that. So I guess what I'll need to do is, so that way I don't just incite war with the border princes, even though they tempt me. I'll probably just go through allied territory here, underway through here, and then underway to here, and then advance through the mountains is probably what I'm going to do. Well, I would like the fastest way to my destination. You do have to think about pissing off AI that you don't then question whether or not you want to bother killing them or not. I am making a decent amount of money off of them, so why should I bother pissing them off? You know what I mean? Sorry if you guys hear the vacuum. It's pretty loud, surprisingly. Oh, never mind. That's not a vacuum. That's something else. Never mind. It sounded like a vacuum. Not a vacuum. A vacuum. In my headphones for some reason. Oh, never mind. There is something going on out there. Never mind. I was right the first time. So, the rise of chaos. Dire tidings from the north. The tendrils of chaos rise and reach out from the accursed wastes, tainting the land and sowing dissent. Their corrupt forces wax ever stronger, and now their agents are abroad, spreading the foul corruption of their malign gods. On their heels come bands of marauding warriors, led by the most zealous of the Chaos Lords, eager to wreak destruction in the name of the ruinous powers, and all the while, ever more warriors flock to some focal point in the Chaos Wastes, a nexus of power which transcends their petty rivalries and impels them to join with the numberless horde. Doom approaches, and is only in strength that any hope may be found. Well, one thing I could safely say is that when it comes to the Chaos as they stand right now, they're gonna die. I'd be amazed if the Empire doesn't kill them. Like, the Empire's already pretty strong, they're pretty settled, so they're probably just gonna beat up the Chaos Hordes without too much difficulty. I mean, that's kind of one of the weaknesses of them, is that they're not really, they're like, you know, very hyped up and stuff, but they're not, by themselves, are not actually all that strong. Why aren't you merging? There we go.
An artillery train to speed us up.
There we go. We now have full army ready and raring to go.
Will be done.
But what do you mean? I have military access with them. What? What? I have military access.
This action does. It is good to see our allies. Fine.
Yeah, why? I'm not sure why it's saying, like, treaty when I... Oh, is it because some of this is border prince land that I have to be kind of careful to avoid? Yeah, it's a very narrow strip. That's why I was complaining. It's like, you are going to be going slightly... If you go the optimal route we're picking for you, you're going to have to go through the border prince territory. I'm like, well, fuck you. I don't need to go that route. Alright, guys, I'm going to be calling it an end for this... What the hell? What the hell is this Bretonnian army doing here? I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a good day, night, evening, wherever you may be, and I will see you guys next time. I have Total War videos coming out Tuesdays through Thursdays, Mondays not on YouTube, and sometimes I might actually just start recording an actual another video series and throwing it on Mondays. Not a Total War thing, I'm thinking. But I might start a new one on Mondays. Just that way we have, and like I'll just throw in the stream at some point. The stream videos. At some point. That way I can have actually more reliable Monday through Friday content for everybody. I think that could be kind of fun to do. And hopefully it won't be too much extra work for me. Because I enjoy actually recording these videos and just talking about random stuff. You know, as well as talking about the game. But a lot of times it's a lot of random stuff. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other content. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you may be.